Hi folks, this is Reddy from Wealthy Options. Welcome to 25th episode of 0DT Pulse, and today was a Sensex expiry. So today, in spite of closing the day, I would call it as a bit of a disappointing day because the last 3 p.m. move. I mean the move that came after 3 p.m. The way the puts responded after 3 p.m. So they took out. Most of the profit. That was holding for the entire day. So anyway, let's get into the details and we'll understand. We'll understand and also take a deep dive into how the expiry played out today. Sensex as an underlying, it just opened with a gap down of almost like a 300 points, and then it kept falling by another 400 points. Right, I think it was kind of bit of overreaction than I expected, but Sensex tried to make a comeback. It tried to come back to the day's high, but I think it never succeeded. So because of that, Sensex was trading in a basically in a small range of 200 points. It was throughout the day consolidating. After the first half an hour or 35 minutes of price action throughout the day, Sensex was consolidating until 3 p.m. where it break down the day's low, and then it kept falling by another I think 200 to 250 points. So it's a gap down which is never filled today. So in terms of premium, so this was the the big challenging one. So as I said in my earlier episodes, so for Sensex we would expect around 420 at least. The premium has to be above 400 to call it as a decent premium. So the premium opened around probably 320 on those levels, but for all practical purposes the premium available at 916 was 275, which is basically even less than 300. I would call it as a ultra low premium. So it was ultra low premium, and that too at opening itself. So that's why the straddle premium couldn't sustain that such a low premium. In the next 6-7 minutes it shot up to 357 levels. It's almost like the straddle premium shot up by 80 points. So good thing is after that it's consolidating, and from premium point of view it's absolutely a linear decay till end of the day. There were some points where the straddle premium almost fell very slowly, but so if you look at overall it's a linear decay. So not much problem from straddle premium, especially for the positions which entered after let's say 920 onwards, because they got into the fairly decent premium, I would say. In terms of even though the premium is rose, when the straddle premium rose from almost like 80 points compared to the 916 premium. So if you see the underlying, it's a completely a directional move. It's not a volatile move like it fell down and then gave a V shape and then shot up, and it's not like that. It's a first 40 minutes is kind of not even 40 minutes. I think it's first half an hour was like a directional move. After that it's a consolidation. So here what happened is the strategies, the early morning strategies with slightly bigger stop losses, they also took hit, and because when one side, if you have a slightly bigger stop loss, you can't make much profit, and at the same time, so they didn't end up in loss as well. So they made a tiny profit, but the strategies with relatively small SLs, they are the ones, they got the good profits. Actually they captured this delta move, so along with the theta decay after from 922 onwards, and the strategies which entered after 922 because of this consolidation nature, so they also succeeded, I would say, predominantly. If I have to put it in simple words, I think the morning session overall, though few strategies ended in loss, but overall it was a profitable. But the afternoon strategies, the premium was already very less. If you look at even by 12 o'clock itself, the premium was around 160 levels and all, which is it's not easy premium to play with, and that too the positions were taking a skewed the positions, the strategies were entering, they got the skewed premium, like on call side you will get something like 60, but put side you will get 100 or 120. So the problem is, if you get sort of let's say put side you get a premium of 120 and the call side is only like 60 rupees, and the Sensex keeps going down, so obviously, so the put side, the stop loss will be big and the call side will be less, and so you can't make the profit. In fact, most of the cases you will make a loss. That's one thing played out today on the negative side. So the most of the premiums that I got it, they are skewed premiums. So the premium was higher on the put side and less on the call side. And unfortunately, after 3 o'clock, the Sensex went down. So all the put premium was high, and all those put stop losses suffered SL. All of them, not even a single one was left out. So after some of them puts were stopped out around 220, but after 3 o'clock all the puts stopped out and they took out most of the profits from here. So till here I will show you the MTM graph anyway. So till 2 o'clock and even 2:15, I think around the 2:15 my MTM was almost like a 0.55 percentage. Because of this consolidation, it was like a smoothly carrying out. So only at around 10:45, Sensex tried to make a close the day low here. This was here. There was a little bit spike in the straddle premium, but and it reduced the profit also a little bit. But because of this recovery and from there it's basically MTM graph was kept on going up like this, and then this particular candle, it again tried to break the day low, but it couldn't succeed. It took out some of the put SLs, and the profit dropped almost from 0.55 percentage to like a 0.3 or 0.25 percentage. But again, this green candle brought this green candle followed by this consolidation. Just couple of minutes before couple of minutes before 3 p.m. the MTM again, the profit came back almost back to 0.55 percentage, and then at 3 p.m. so this candle, if you see this red candle, straight away it broke the day low, and here the put premiums jumped like anything actually. So they jumped, and all these the long positions they kept unwinding, and not only the puts spiked. The other problem was, so I had some of the puts, they are ITM1 and ITM2 put options also, which are sold, and they all suffered the slippages as well. So because it's a sudden move, and by the time the positions got exited, there was a slippage also. So this is the MTM P&L MTM chart. So as you could see, by 10:45, because of the attempt to break the day low, so P&L kind of took a small dip and then consolidated. It kept going up. So it was at around 2:15. So I got the maximum P&L of 0.5 percentage, and then there was again one more attempt to close the day low and break the day low. So there was a dip off by almost like a 0.25 percentage. Then that was recovered, and 3 p.m. you can see a sharp fall. I couldn't really believe with my eyes what was happening. At 3 p.m. The PNL was almost like a 0.5 percentage. In the next 2 minutes, it took out almost all the profit actually. So literally the profit came to 0.05 percentage, and then there was a minor recovery. It's because all the puts were left out. Calls had very less premium, something like that, be it a 3 rupees, 4 rupees, 5 rupees. So they all became zero. And finally, the day ended with with all my 3 accounts together, the profit was 40k. But at some point of time, the profit was around like I think it was like 2.3 or 2.4 lakhs was the profit at 3 p.m. But that was dropped to 40k. So that's how the day ended. And in terms of accounts, this particular account ended with a 20k profit, and the small account with a 3,163 profit, and this account ended with close to 18k profit. So that's how the day went. So overall, it's a profit of like 40k, which is approximately like close to 0.1 percentage on my account size. So in terms of the learning, so On these days, I mean, especially when you have kind of, very low premium start, so that itself is a challenge. But Sensex was a good student. I mean, it was a good buy throughout the day. I mean, it didn't trouble, but I mean, after 3 p.m. so this gave it trouble. But I mean, during these times, if you want to protect on the downside, and especially when you have a skewed premium, so you can depending on your position size. For example, if you have 4 positions, maybe out of for 4 positions, maybe you can take 1 position as a debit spread. You can probably buy a ATM put and sell the OTM put option, or you can go for a back spread. I mean, where you can sell the ATM put option and then buy the double quantity of OTM 1 or OTM 2, depending on like even how much risk you want to take. And if you get a big move, so that one ATM put option that you will sell, so that may bleed, but I mean, you will have a 2 OTM put options. They will start making a very good profit, but you need a good direction in your way to make a profit from that. But the intention of the such trades should not be to make a profit from them. Basically, I mean, they should protect the your existing positions in your overall. So that's how I was planning. I mean, just I almost like just created the setup because these are I'm a system trader. I mean, I leave the system to system untouched. But so if I want to take some give the protection for the existing positions, especially if there is a too much skew on the put side, and if the falling of breaking the day low can take out all of your profits. I was thinking about that, but and I also in fact created the strategy. I mean, I was I thought of deploying the back spread, but I mean the market did not even give a 1 minute time. So within 1 minute, profit dropped to 0.5 to 0.25. In the next minute, it was almost like a flat. So after that, I mean, I couldn't do much. So these things happen. So overall, one good thing is at least the day ended in a profit of 0.1%, which is 40k. But so it was a bit disappointing to see that. I mean, just a couple of minutes of into the move, so took out the whole day's profit, right? So yeah, so that was a tough luck. So I think that's pretty much, I mean, I wanted to cover in this particular episode. I hope you are liking this content. I mean, as I always say, if you like the content, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and also don't forget to subscribe. And with that, I mean, I'll see you in my next episode on Thursday, and thanks for watching.